Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons, my long play over here on More Sezrawrr, where today we are going on a villager hunt. Look, we've been deviating from plans lately, and this episode was supposed to be me decorating my cemetery, but then someone wanted to leave, and so today's the day, my friends, we're villager hunting once again. So you need to find out who's left, and I've got other things that I need to catch you up on for what you missed on Sezurbia. So here's what you missed on Sezurbia. Alright, so we are coming in on Wednesday night. Here we are with Miss Isabel, who says, "Hello there, everyone." Hello, Miss Isabel. Right now in Sezurbia, it's 6:03 p.m. on Wednesday, August 19th, 2026. Oh, someone recently asked me for advice, and I thought it would be a good idea to share it with everyone. They wanted to know what to do if they ever found someone passed out on the beach, and my friends, I'm hoping it's Gulliver. We've got to help him a lot. And here it is, Gulliver. So we don't have to help him a lot. I think it's 3 more times we've got to help him. But anyway, I went through all the prompts and then went and found all of his 5 communicator parts that he needed and made my way back to Gulliver. And he said, "Hey, did you find him?" "Sure did. I got him right here." "Oh, that's them. Those are definitely my communicator parts. Come here, you little troublemakers." There we go. You're the best. Thanks for all your help. I promise to return the favor. You're so welcome, Gulliver. So then a little bit later on Wednesday night, I was running around my island with a fishing rod and I saw that Olivia wanted to have a chat. She said, "Oh, Purr, no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to catch a citrus longhorn beetle. All that searching and not a single one. Do they hate my perfume? Is it that repulsive? My girl, look how concerned she is." "You smell great, I'm sure." I said, "I'll catch one for you." "What? Really? Well, aren't you my hero? Thank you so very much. You're so very welcome." So it didn't take me long to find one. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to edit this clip down. I just had a look at the tree stumps that I've got right here because they'll generally show up here and there. We have one on the tree stump and Quinn ran over to it. She's looking at it. Let me see if I can get this from my girl Olivia. Creep up nice and close. There we go. Got it. And Quinn was very excited. "I caught a citrus longhorn beetle. Orange, you happy for me? Orange, you happy for me, Quinn? Orange, you happy for Olivia?" Who said, "Do you need me for something, Purr?" And I said, "I bought a bug." "I've been waiting for you." You haven't been waiting long because it was literally like 30 seconds, right? There is your citrus longhorn beetle. A citrus longhorn beetle. My search is over at last. "I'm over the moon, darling. You must let me thank you." That's very sweet. I really just was doing it for Smile Isle because we're getting ever closer, right? I couldn't help myself. It's a school uniform with necktie. I picked it out for you myself, of course. Thanks, Olivia. So with that being said, that's all I had for Wednesday night. We are now coming in for Thursday night. And here we are with Miss Isabel, who says, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening, Miss Isabel. Right now on Sezurbia, it's 9:05 p.m. on Thursday, August 20th, 2026. Now for today's announcements. And look, she actually didn't tell me everything, right? Today we have a visitor staying at the campsite though. So I immediately made my way over to see, am I going to put down my last plot now? Is there going to be someone that I want in this campsite for Sezurbia? Let's find out. And look, while you're a cute looking little mouse, no. I'm on a camping trip trying to meet good food from Broccolo. What's the island specialty? Fruits, fish, shellfish, fish fruit, fruit shells? Broccolo, those all sound good. I'll take one of each. Eat it. That's your catchphrase, eat it. Anyway, Broccolo, you're a lazy villager. You're not from my island. Goodbye, Broccolo. So then after that, here's what Isabel didn't tell me, is that CJ was on the island. So with that being said, I've got lots of fish to sell to CJ. So time to dive in and school this challenge. Today I want to see those small fry catching skills. Rule in 3 in a row, all horse mackerelish or so in size, because we do have to catch these before we're able to sell him the fish, right? So the first fish that I caught was a sea butterfly. Try not to confuse it for a sea moth. That's number 1 on your small fry catching streak. Keep it up and try to go for 3 in a row. The second fish that I caught was a crucian carp. My skills are sharp. That's small fry number 2. Keep it up and go for 3 in a row. And then the third fish that I caught was another sea butterfly. Try not to confuse it for a sea moth. That's small fry number 3, which means you just completed the challenge. Go tell CJ. And before I went and told CJ, I went and stocked my pockets, okay? I had lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fish. As a matter of fact, I ended up selling 367 fish to CJ. So with that being said, the first pocket full I had here had a lot of my common ones. We've got the horse mackerels, the sea bass, a couple of sea butterflies, and just some common ones, right? We get started with all the common ones first, and then we'll get to the more pricey ones later. So for that pocket pocketful, it was 36,615 bells, and I said sold. So the second pocketful had the rest of my sea bass, had some more common fish like the dabs and the olive flounders, even some squids, some more sea butterflies, and a couple of little itty bitty bitterlings, right? So let's see how much this pocket sells for. It was 34,350 bells. So we're off to a great start, but like I've still got a lot more fish, including some crucian carps that we have here, and then the rest of my absolutely itty bitty, teeny tiny little itty bitty bitterlings that I caught while trying to catch the stringfish, right? So that pocket full was 45,120 bells. So bitterlings must sell for a good amount. That's good to know. The next pocket full was just all crucian carps, right? Just 40 straight crucian carps. These are all from when I was catching the stringfish. I haven't sold my fish to CJ in ages because he hasn't been around in ages. So he's missed out on a lot. So that pocket full was 9,600 bells. Crucian carps don't sell for very much. That's okay, because the next pocket full we had some freshwater gobies, we had a normal carp, and then we had some daces again from when I was catching the stringfish. So we'll see if this pocket full can do a little bit more than 9,600 bells. Also, I can hear that balloon. That pocket full was 17,370 bells. So not terrible, right? And I took that deal. The next pocket full we had some yellow perches, and then we're starting on the black bass that I caught in the river. So we'll see how much this pocket full comes to. It was 20,100 bells. Thank you so much, CJ. And then the next pocket full was 39 black bass and then one random little pond smelt. So this should be an all right one. Black bass are pretty good. They sell for an all right amount. So this pocket full was 24,000 bells. Thank you so much, CJ. And then the next pocket full was just all pond smelts. Just 40 straight pond smelts in my pocket. All the river fish that I was catching from the stringfish, right? Thank goodness that's over. So with that being said, this pocket full came to 24,000 bells. How good. So then at this pocket full here, we're finishing up with the pond smelts, but then we're starting to get into some more pricey fish. We've got the red snappers, we've got the football fish, and we've even got a couple of sturgeons in here. And after this pocket full, there's only one more pocket full, and it's not even a pocket full. But this one came to 132,600 bells. Nicely done. So then the last fish that I had was just 5 sturgeons, 1 oarfish, and 1 other fish that I didn't see what it was. 99,000 bells though. Very good. You'll love to see that. So with that being said, sold to that deal. So for my 367 fish that I sold to CJ, we made 442,755 bells. Thank you so much, CJ. Always a pleasure doing business with you. So that is all that I had for Thursday night. So now we are bringing on Friday morning. So here we are with Miss Isabel, who says, good morning, everyone, right? So hi, Miss Isabel. Right now in Sezurbia, it's 10:27 a.m. on Friday, August 21st, 2026. This may not count as news, but I do have a cautionary tale of sorts to share. You know what that means, my friends. Occasionally, residents complain that they purchased a work of art only to later realize it's, well, fake. So Red was on the island. Let's see what art he had today, and having a look at what he had on offer, we have all of these paintings. That's what happens when you get really close to the end of the art collection, though. So nothing from Red today, which was a little bit sad, but that's okay. So Red said, thanks. And I'm saying thanks for nothing today, Red. But that's okay, because then I was just running around trying to catch up with my villagers. I checked in at Olivia's house to see whether she was awake. She just wasn't home, but I saw Static needed to have a chat. He said, Sezrawrr, can I bend your ear for a bit? You sure can, my guy. Been thinking about moving on. It's not that I hate this place or nothing. Nah, just the opposite. Look at his little happy face. Thinking I'm getting too comfortable. I want to broaden my horizons, test myself by going elsewhere. And well, look, here's the thing. Static was one of my temporary villagers. Guess I'm the adventuring sort, he said. Because he's one of my temporaries, he's gonna go. So good luck out there is what I said to Static. That's the spirit. Hope you know what a big help you've been to me around here, Sezrawrr. When I'm gone, it'll be up to you to look after all these fine folk. I'm counting on you, cause... So that was all that I had on Friday. We are now coming in for Saturday afternoon. So here we are once again with Miss Isabel, who says, hello there, everyone. Hi there, Miss Isabel. Right now in Sezurbia, it's 3:36 p.m. on Saturday, August 22nd, 2026. Now for today's announcements. Tomorrow, Sezurbia bids a fond farewell to our dear friend Static. Indeed. It's hard to say goodbye, but we wish him luck on his next big adventure. Be sure to stop by for one last chat before he leaves. Maybe bring some tissues. So with that being said, I immediately made my way over to Static's house. I'm actually going to miss the outside of his house. The outside of his house has probably been my favorite of all the temporary villages, but that's okay. He's got to go, right? There he is, all in boxes. So Static. Well, if it ain't sezrawrr, you know I'm moving away tomorrow, right? I sure do, my guy. I gotta say, there was never a dull moment with you around. Thanks for that, kiddo. You're very welcome, my guy. And with that being said, we are saying goodbye to Static for the very last time. Thanks for coming and living here temporarily. And have a nice life somewhere else. So later on Saturday, when it was after 6 o'clock, I went to go and have a show with KK. So here he is. If it isn't that cool cat who puts the hip in my step, sezrawrr, you ready for me to wail? I sure am. Let's hear it. So then I went through all of the usual prompts and went and took my seat. We were the only one here tonight. He said, who's in the mood for a little Go KK Rider? So just a solo show just for little old me. With that being said, I have edited out some of it. So we're just hearing the best bits of Go KK Rider. Take it away, KK.
Que mi o mi que mi o mi o mi que o mi na mi o mi que o mi na o mi que mi o mi que na mi o mi na o mi o mi o na mi que o mi que o. Mi o mi que mi o mi o mi que o mi na mi o mi que o mi na o mi que mi o mi que na mi o mi na o mi o mi o na mi que o mi que o.
Nicely done, KK. All my favorite things, a key change and a woo, a whistle. I love it. Right on, man. Why don't you give your pockets a glance? I slipped you a bit of the show. That was like unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial in my direction. Anytime, KK. Always a pleasure. And with that being said, my friends, that's all that you missed on Sezurbia between last episode and this episode, because I've had to keep my island in suspension since Sunday. It's actually Tuesday that I'm filming today. We're going to find out, firstly, that the plot hasn't auto-filled, and then I'm going to go on a villager hunt. So with that being said, let's jump into Animal Crossing. I always just get a little bit concerned that I've done the keeping my island in suspension wrong. I haven't played. It's Sunday, so it should be fine. And Sunday was the day that the plot became empty, so it should be fine. I'll just feel better once I see that it is an empty plot with no sold sign on it, right? I will feel so much better. Anyway, here we are with Miss Isabel, because it is Sunday, the 23rd of August, apparently, in the game, even though it's the 25th when I'm filming. Good morning, everyone. Also, good morning. I made it morning time, even though it's 2:14 p.m. Good morning, Miss Isabel. Right now on Sezurbia, it's 8:13 a.m. It's not. It's 2:14 p.m. on Sunday, August 23rd, on Tuesday, August 25th. Anyway, 2026. Tonight's fireworks show starts at 7 p.m. Be sure to check out the stall or submit your fireworks design. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there. We will hopefully have a new fireworks design after finding a new temporary villager or a dreamy. It could be a dreamy as well, but I would be happy to take a temporary today. I just need to go and make sure. I'm sorry. I just need to go and make sure that the plot is empty. Okay. Empty with no sold sign. That's fantastic. Okay, very good. So with that being said, I do have my Nook Miles tickets in my pockets. I do just want to register Go KK Rider before we go and check the mail, do the normal things before we go. So let's check the mail first. All right, not much this week. So for a gift from Raymond who says, special delivery for Peach. I had the most amazing dream the other night. You and I co-owned a very hip housewares boutique and business was booming. This was our best-selling item. I wonder what it was. We'll find out. From Gulliver, I can't wait to see what he got me. That'll hopefully blow my socks off, right? Anyway, Quinn, a letter from Quinn. Our first letter from Quinn. Yo, Sezrawrr, my usual morning walk takes me right by the post office. And this morning I thought, hey, why not write my buddy a letter? So I did. It feels pretty good. You should try writing one to me too. Unpredictably, Quinn. I will get back to writing letters one day. Bella said, Fashion Bestie Gold Star. I was shopping when I found glitter glue. I bought it so fast because glitter glue. Have you ever impulse bought a thing, then wish you hadn't because now there's glitter glue everywhere? Your glittery bestie from Bella. Love that for you. From Nan, Bestie, I've been thinking. We could take our friendship to the next level if we had a shared interest. You know I have a weak spot for handicrafts. I do. This gift is my best attempt to convert you to my craft happy ways. You don't need to convert me, but you're covered in glue. Did you help Bella get covered in glitter glue? Anyway. Happy Home Academy, I don't care. Cool, let's see what we got in the mail then. So, what was our best-selling item, Raymond? A rattan waste bin? I don't know how to say that word. Rattan, I don't know. That was our best-selling item. Look, I can picture that actually. That would be probably quite chic these days. I don't know. Then we've got, what do we have here? South Pole. Huh. I've never seen that in game before. I can't remember who we got that from. Anyway, we've got a sewing project from Nan. Cute. I'm not really into sewing. That's very cute though. Thank you, Nan. I'm just going to chuck those things away in storage. Cool. And then I'm going to actually drop my ladder as well, so I don't forget to drop my ladder before we go villager hunting. And now we're going to go and register Go KK Rider, okay? I'm excited for Go KK Rider. How exciting, Go KK Rider. Just another new song. I think we've only got 42 songs left to get. Only. Only 42 songs left to get. Okay, here we are. Let's have a register. I forgot that I changed to chill wave. How good. Go KK Rider, let's have a listen. Good, but it is not chill wave. So let's go back to chill wave and then let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle on out and we're going to get started with villager hunting. How good. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get to the airport. Now, I still haven't put down my last plot yet. I would like to do that potentially soon, but we'll see what the results of today's villager hunt are first, right? We'll see. We'll see. Because that would mean another day where I need to villager hunt. Guaranteed. Okay, anyway, let's get things started right here. Hello, Orville. Welcome to your one and only gateway to the skies, the Sezurbia Airport. I want to fly, and I know that I've got Nook Miles tickets on me. I definitely want to use them. I didn't see how many I had. That's okay. I'll use a Nook Miles ticket anyway. I think I've got like more than 60. I think I've got like 68 or 69. I don't know. I've got a lot though. More than what I'm probably going to use in this video. So let's do that. Thank you. I am ready to go. So just while we are going over getting to the first island, let me just tell you about who we're hunting for today. Now, I did mention that I would be happy to, I would always love a dreamy, right? I've got 3 dreamies left on the list, but I would also be happy to take a temporary villager today as well, just because we got a dreamy last time we went villager hunting. So I would be okay to take a temporary villager. So let me just go through my dreamies really quick. So we have Cherry, the very alternative looking dog. She's red. She wears a black spiderweb shirt. She's a sisterly villager. She's got a grey and red house. I love her to bits and pieces. I know her very well. I used to have her on Sezurbia. So she is the first dreamy that I will take today. Thank you very much. Just making a note. All good. Okay. We're going to go and see who we've got on this first island, and then I'll tell you about the rest. Because I was going to be like, could you imagine if we just got Cherry straight away? No, we are starting with Peck. Wilderness training is just the best, isn't it? I'm Peck. What's your name? Sezrawrr, huh? Great to meet you, Sezrawrr. You're not from Sezurbia, are you? I sure am. You are. I didn't know it was real. I heard the best dabs on the planet come from there, Crunch. I should have known that you were a jock. Anyway, bye, Peck. Fantastic. Great start. That is one down. Okay, so the next dreamy that I am hunting for is Muffy, and she's a black and purple gothic looking sheep villager. She is also a sisterly, and her house is black and purple. It's very cute. I also know and love Muffy very much because I also had her for a time on Sezurbia, so I desperately want her as well. So then the last dreamy that I'm hunting for is Lucky, who is the dog that is wrapped in bandages like he's a mummy villager. His house is a mausoleum. I desperately need that vibe on my island. No worries. Sorry, just checking something. And he is a lazy villager, so I would be totally happy for Lucky. I desperately want him to come and live on the island as well. Those are the 3 dreamies that we are hunting for. Totally fine. I did just check how many Nook Miles tickets I had as well, by the way. I have 67 now, so I did have 68. Look at me go remembering that. So with that being said, we're going to now talk about my temporary villages, the ones that I would also be happy to take today. I'm just bringing up my temporary villager list. Okay, fantastic. So first on my temporary villager list is Rodeo. He's the cow that looks like a bull. He's wearing the academic's robes. I went through and had a really good look at his house last time. His house is okay. It will definitely last for being like a temporary villager, but I definitely don't want him to stick around forever. But, you know, if we find him today, I would be happy to take him. I would also be happy to take Agnes, who is a sisterly villager. She is a pig. She's the black pig wearing the pink dress, and her house is kind of black on the outside, but then it's like grey on the inside, and I really like that vibe, so I would definitely be happy to take Agnes as well. That's totally fine. Let's see who we have on this island first though before I continue telling you about who I want. Okay, so it's an eagle villager. It's not Apollo though, because Apollo was actually going to be next on my list. Let me just see. Avery. Heya, I'm Avery. Came here on a whim, but this island doesn't seem half bad. Screehaw. Hang on, you're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia, yeah? Sure am. Had no idea this was some kind of trendy destination, but it's cool to be hobnobbing with you here. You're a cranky, my guy. Anyway, Avery, goodbye. So speaking of eagles though, Apollo is the next on my temporary villager list. He is an eagle, and I'm pretty sure he's also cranky. He wears a black leather jacket. It's kind of a vibe. His house is white and black on the outside, and on the inside it's very white and bright, but I don't mind the vibe. It's just the way he looks kind of trumps how his house looks. I would be okay to have him temporarily, so he's next on the list. So then next on the list as well, we have Sid, who is the red and black elephant. I had a good look at his house last episode as well because I just wasn't sure whether I wanted to keep him on the temporary villagers list. His house is really what saved him. I'm not super stoked with, it's mostly just the clothes he's wearing don't really give me my vibe, but his house is actually pretty cool for a temporary villager. So I'm definitely happy to have Sid hang around for a little while if we happen to catch him today. Catch him. I mean, we are going on a hunt, right? Anyway, the next on the list though, we have Kid, who is the purple goat, and his house, I really like his house actually. Like if he looked a little bit more alternative himself, he would probably be a dreamy, right? He doesn't look that alternative in how he looks, but his house is very grey and purple and it looks really cool. I love the vibe. So if we come across Kid, he's totally welcome to come and live on Sezurbia for a little while. Next on the temporary list, we have Portia, who is the dog who's a Dalmatian dog. She's dressed very fancily. I don't love her house as much. She's one that like if I never find Portia, I'll be okay, right? But she's on the temporary list just in case I do find her. I just don't love her house, that's all. Who do we have on this island though before I get to the last temporary villager that we are looking for? We got a little squirrel. Hi, little squirrel. Oh, Poppy! Look at your cute little eyes, Poppy. Wow, I thought I'd be the only one on this tour. I'm Poppy. You're Sezrawrr. I sure am. Did you really come here all the way from Sezurbia? I sure did. I think I flew past Sezurbia once. It looked pretty from the air. It's getting there. It would have looked a little bit prettier because I would have been doing the cemetery decorating if Static hadn't wanted to leave this week, right? Anyway, that's okay. We'll get back to decorating the cemetery. All good. I am ready to go home, though. We do have one more villager on my temporary list, and that is Tiffany. And she is the rabbit who looks like she works, I say, at the casino. She gives me casino vibes, but I guess you can't really have like a casino as a house in Animal Crossing. So her house looks more like an arcade. It's got some pinball machines. It's got some dartboards. It's got a pool table, a jukebox. She gives me the vibes that she would work at a casino, though. So that's just what I always say. So it's a pretty unique and interesting house, which is why I want her to come and live on Sezurbia for a little while. With that being said, they are all of the villages that I'm hunting for today. I would be happy to take any one of them today. So we've got a few options, and I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to find one of them today. If not, then we're going to keep villager hunting until I do. At least I'm not being so insistent on finding a dreamy this time. Like, if I find a dreamy, hell to the frick yes. But if not, no biggie. I would also just be happy to take any of my temporary villages as well. So with that being said, last episode, I really loved getting the planning done. I have decided, because I was unsure at the end of last episode with the cemetery, I found out that you can move the staircase over to be right next to the pond, which is going to give me a little bit more space at the top of that staircase. And I think I will put 2 graves over next to that staircase instead of having just the one on its own. I'll move it to the other side of the footpath and have 2 graves there, sorry. I've decided to do that. Who do we have on Bamboo Island? Look, last time I called a dreamy. This one's not a dreamy, though. You spoiled it for me. I could see who you were, Kit. I wasn't expecting to meet anyone on this tour. I'm Kit. And you're sezrawrr from Sezurbia? I'm glad you stopped to talk to me. The one thing I love about traveling is the chance to make new friends. Bye, Kit. Nice to meet ya. But there's only one kangaroo for my island, and I've already got her, Matilda. All right, let's head back home, though. So, all things going good and well to plan right now, which they might not. If we are able to find someone today to come and move to the island, the next episode, we're actually going to do something from my house. Okay, exciting, right? But if we don't find someone today and I need to carry on the villager hunt to next episode, then we will continue on with the villager hunting next episode, if that's the case. I can villager hunt for another hour and a half-ish, maybe a little bit longer than an hour and a half. So we've still got plenty of time. That's plenty of time to find at least a temporary villager, right? So all good there. But yeah, that's the plan. We will then get back to the cemetery after I do something from my house next episode if we find someone to move in today, right? It's just that the next episode of Animal Crossing will be a night episode, so I'm kind of happy to go villager hunting at night. That's fine. But in winter, I don't want to do a lot at night of like decorating or stuff, or just a lot of decorating at night. I don't like to do decorating at night because I like to be able to see during the day how things are going to look. Anyway, Flip is here. Are you here for survival training too? My name's Flip. What's yours? sezrawrr, huh? And from Sezurbia? All right, it's cool to meet you. Well, I'm going to get back to surviving. Let me know if you need help lifting a tree or something, Re-rack. Cool. Bye, Flip. So I would rather just wait until a day episode to do the decorating from my cemetery. Okay, that's just what I would rather do. I am so ready. Let's go. How good. Thank you. All right. Hey, welcome indeed. Thank you so much, Orville. I want to fly once again. Yeah, let's go. Nook Miles, yeah. I'm so ready. Okay, so we are very close to the end of winter in game. I'm so excited. I actually I filmed an episode of Happy Home Paradise right before filming this video. You won't have seen it yet. I was about to do a big spoiler. That video will be coming out on Wednesday. I had so much fun with it. It was very exciting. But when I loaded into Seztopia, sorry, Pastel Island Seztopia, because it's the 25th of the 8th, we no longer have snow on the ground on Seztopia. So if I were playing in actual real time with you right now, it wouldn't be snowy anymore. I'm so excited to just get my green grass back, even though it looks a little bit, not gross green. Gross green is what my brain said. But gross green is not what I mean. It looks dull. Like it's not vibrant like it is in full spring and summer yet, right? It's getting there. It's got to get back to that vibrancy, right? We're not there yet, but it'll come. Hi, Rio. Wow, I didn't expect to see anybody in this island. Nice to meet you. I'm Rio. You're from Sezurbia? I've totes heard of somebody très cool who's from there. Was it perhaps Bella? She is très cool. Maybe you know them. Their name is sezrawrr. I said Bella because she's also a peppy villager. And that's you? Wow! A pair of celebrities on one island. Well, I'm a celeb in training, but it's still fab. Thank you so much, Rio, and goodbye. I love your colourful tail, Rio. Wow. That looks like it could be a sturgeon. Do I want to catch that really quick? I want to try and catch that really quick. I do. Like, it's definitely a sturgeon, right? But I've got my headphones on that have like the absolute minutest input lag. So I'll give it a go. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. I just need you to turn around, sturgeon, please. It's not going to, I mean, it is going to turn around, but it's not going to face where I was aiming my bobber. That should be good. Damn it. I thought it was going to, why did it make me wait so long? I thought it was going to bite on that one. And I know that I don't have much, like I have to be right on the reaction. Anyway, not meant to be. Not meant to be. But bottom techno. Thank you. I'm ready to go home. Now that I've just fumbled the sturgeon. All good. I am ready to go. Cool. Thank you. Yes. So once we get back into like spring and being able to see the grass and stuff, I have so much that I want to do. I mean, after decorating the graveyard, I want to decorate the residential area where we have Bella and Raymond's house, and also the residential area where we have Marlo, Roscoe, and Nan's houses, because those sides are just ready to be decorated, right? I've just been waiting for the weather to be better and to be able to see the ground. So I want to decorate those areas. I also want to get moving Olivia's house out of the way because it's on the mainland. I want to move it onto one of the side beaches, and then we can move the museum and start like decorating the museum, and maybe even get started working on the entrance to the island from the airport. We could also move my house up into the castle and start decorating the castle. There's just so much decorating that I want to do. Now that the weather's going to be getting better, I've just been waiting for the weather to get better and for us to have green grass back pretty much. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm so excited. It's very exciting. Very good. And then once my house is moved as well, once my house is moved into the castle area, we can do the boardwalk area that's going to have the carnival, and it's going to have Able Sisters there. And then once Able Sisters is moved, we can move Nook's Cranny, and we can do the big, black, beautiful botanical garden. Like, springtime really opens up all of my decorating doors that I've just been waiting for. Anyway, who do we have here? Bo. Hey, nice to meet ya. I'm Bo. I'm visiting this island today. You're sezrawrr from Sezurbia. That's real cool. I went to say très cool. Sorry. This island's real neat, right? Let's have some fun together while we're both here. Salt lick? No, Bo. I was going to say off you go. No, off I go. Sorry about it, Bo. You're just not the vibe. For me, nuh-uh. Let's go. Thank you muchly. Very good. And then once we sort of get like the big decorating projects that I want done, then we can get started on doing Happy Home Paradise here on Sezurbia and getting into the hotel and stuff here on Sezurbia. I just wanted to have the majority of my island sorted. Like if we still have to villager hunt during that time, that's fine. But I want to have the big decorating projects done before I get into Happy Home Paradise and the hotel, right? So exciting. I want to fly. I do have Nook Miles tickets. That's exactly what I want to use. Thanks ever so much. Let's go. Time for takeoff. Let's get me airborne. So yeah, just lots of plans that I can start to make. I can start working on the inside of my house potentially as well. I mean, I want to do one room specifically very, very soon. So that would be really cool. But like doing my house as well, the inside of my house, I can finally start caring about Happy Home Academy, right? That'd be cool. So just, I hope that that excites you because I'm just so excited at the thought, right? Oh, good. How great. It's going to be a fun time. Lots of fun times coming up. Who do we have on this island, though? We have... I was going to say a frog because I saw the green. I shouldn't have assumed. I'm so sorry, Lyman. Hey there. Hey there. Awesome to meet you. My name's Lyman. What about you? Where you from? Sezrawrr, and you're from Sezurbia? Cool name from a strong sounding place. So, have you ever gone on a solo kayak tour that suddenly turned into a super exciting survival tour? Never, because I have, and it's so much fun out here. Chips. Goodbye, Lyman. See ya. Hopefully not again today. With that being said, my friends, I think the time has come because I didn't get to last episode or the episode before, really. I did a little bit the episode before, but I didn't get to, like, have my here's what I've been doing or watching lately. I've got a list of things that I have seen or listened to or have experienced lately, and I'm excited to get into it. So we are going to start with Marvel. We'll talk all things Marvel first. I'm so sorry if you don't care about Marvel, but I hope you're just like, if you've got me on the background, I hope this is just noise while you can just do stuff on your own island or whatever you're doing, whether you're eating dinner or maybe you're cleaning or maybe you're studying. I hope that the monotonous tones of my voice is enough to soothe you in the background of whatever it is that you are doing. And if you are watching me while not doing anything else, I hope you don't mind me talking about Marvel because I am rewatching, well, not even rewatching, I'm at the point where I'm watching things for the first time that I've not seen of Marvel before Doomsday comes out in November. And I have still like 50 things to watch between now and then. Times are ticking, okay? I have a feeling I'm not going to get to the end of the list before Doomsday comes out. I think it's November that Doomsday comes out. Anyway, what I have recently watched for the very first time, because I did not get this far in my original Marvel watching, was Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War. I know the big spoilers. You're on the internet enough, I'm on the internet enough. I know the big spoilers, right? So I knew about the Thanos snap. I knew it was coming, and I knew that Peter Parker was going to get Thanos snapped. Sorry for the spoilers, but look, honestly, it's been out long enough. It's bad enough that I've only just watched it for the first time. If you're into Marvel and you haven't seen it yet, like, what are you doing? Anyway, Rex is here. I'll get back to the Thanos snap in a second. There's someone on this island indeed. Oh, you're here visiting too? I am. Hey, I'm Rex. You're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia? Neat. I didn't expect to make a friend here. This island is so cool, cool cat. I like that your catchphrase is cool cat, Rex. That's cool. Cool cat. Anyway, so I knew that the Thanos snap was coming. I knew Peter Parker was going to get Thanos snapped. And I knew that I was going to cry when Peter Parker got Thanos snapped because I really like Spider-Man. He's one of my favorites. And I am especially really enjoying Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think his portrayal of both Peter Parker and of Spider-Man is spot on. I love Tobey Maguire and I love Andrew Garfield as well, but I feel like Tom Holland has been able to best capture the awkwardness of Peter Parker and then portray that awkwardness as Spider-Man as well, while still being absolutely badass because he's Spider-Man, and that's really cool. I just feel like he's had the best portrayal, and I don't know if that's just like in the writing or if that's just Tom Holland. It seems like it might just kind of be Tom Holland, right? Anyway. So I knew I was going to cry when Peter Parker got Thanos snapped. But before Peter Parker got Thanos snapped, I didn't know who else got Thanos snapped. I didn't have anything else spoiled for me in that regard. So when Thanos snapped and the people started going, and it started with, like, the first one that got me was Bucky, the Winter Soldier. I was like, oh no. Uh-oh. That makes me sad. And then Groot got Thanos snapped, and I started crying immediately. It's just like, no. What do you mean Groot got Thanos snapped? Because the thing with Groot getting Thanos snapped, it takes me back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, when Groot dies. And Rocket is just standing there like, that's my best friend. And he's gone. That's my best friend and he's gone. And it's just like really sad for Rocket. So Groot gets Thanos snapped. And then Rocket's just standing there going, that's my best friend and he's gone. Again. Instant tears. Just instant tears. And then of course, of course it was sad with like Vision and Wanda, right? That like whole thing was sad as well. But like I could kind of see that was going to happen. But then it gets to Peter Parker, and I just, like, I was already crying from Groot, and I was just absolutely sobbing, sorry. When he was like, please don't make me go. I'm like, no one's making you go. I really want you to stay. That's probably a sturgeon. Can I have redemption in catching a sturgeon right now? I'm so sorry. I'm going to try again. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm going to change... I can't tell if that's large or very large. Like, I can't tell if that's black bass or sturgeon. I feel like the skinniness of it and the length is, like, misleading me. You watch. I'll catch it and it'll be a black bass. See, from here, it looks like black bass. But then from here... I can't tell. I'm going to leave it. I'm not here for the fish. I'm going to let it go. Even though it looked like it could have been a sturgeon right there. Anyway, hi Astrid. Well, there's a fresh face. Are you visiting from another island as well? Of course you are. Well, my friends call me Astrid and you are. Is today going to be the day of the kangaroo? We've had 2 kangaroos so far. Sezrawrr, all the way from Sezurbia even. Isn't that fascinating? Well, we may only be here a short time, but I do hope we get to know each other better. You don't know this about me yet, but I'm always down to dish, darling. Cool. Okay. Whoa! I nearly stabbed that fish. Yeah, see, they look like the same shadow size to me. So I'm happy to think that that one in the river mouth is actually a black bass. Anyway, I'm going to go. Bye, Astrid. She's a snooty villager. Anyway, back to Infinity War. One thing that I really absolutely loved about Infinity War, and I've mentioned it so often with the smaller Marvel shows that I've been watching, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. It's the same thing as what has happened in all of the Marvel movies recently happened with those series shows. Those TV shows of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil, they're setting you up as elements of a story where they then all come together and tackle it all together. And the Marvel movies do that too. So, you know, you've got your individuals like Captain America, Thor, Hulk, like everyone else, right? Iron Man, like everyone. We've even have like Black Panther in this sequence, you know, like setting up other characters that are then going to come together and do it all together. Even having Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardians coming in, right? They're all doing it together. I love that. I freaking love that. And I really enjoyed it in Infinity War to see the newer ones, like Guardians sort of hadn't had much to do with the Avengers at all before. They do now. Doctor Strange had like nothing to do with the Avengers before Infinity War, and now he does. And Black Panther, like it was really, really cool to see these newer characters to the franchise. Newer to me, they're not newer anymore, but newer to me because I hadn't seen any of this before. To see them all come together with the Avengers that I already know and love, and they're doing it all together. I loved it. That was really cool. Like the big fight in Wakanda, that was like sick. I loved it. Loved it. So that's Infinity War, and I am slowly coming up to being able to watch Endgame, and I know I know the big spoiler in Endgame, and it will abso-freaking-lutely make me just bawl my eyes out. I could just already cry just at the thought, because Iron Man is one of my favorites, right? So I could just already cry. Anyway, so that's Infinity War. So that's, oh no, the only other Marvel movie that I've watched is Ant-Man and the Wasp. And Ant-Man and the Wasp was really interesting. I mean, I feel like Ant-Man is one of those, Ant-Man and the Wasp is the sequel, but the first Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, they're kind of just like fun. Like they feel like they're just more fun. Like as I've gotten more towards towards Infinity War and towards Endgame, the Marvel movies have gotten really serious, and I understand that because it's really serious topics. But Ant-Man just feels like fun. And that's really nice, to just feel like fun. We have Peaches here, though. I remember you because you've got peaches on your cheek. We saw you last time we came villager hunting. Wait, you came here all the way from Sezurbia? I sure did. Cool. That's great, Peaches. I can't remember if I've already read that today, but I've read it 100 times before villager hunting, so bye-bye, Peaches. Nice to see you once again. Hopefully I won't see you again today. So yeah, Ant-Man and I really like the concept of Ant-Man, and Ant-Man and the Wasp was really fun. I really like Paul Rudd, so that's just fun. But I really liked the exploration of the quantum realm more in Ant-Man and the Wasp, because that was like the big feature, is trying to find... Why can I not remember her name off the top of my head? It's going to drive me crazy. Finding the mum, right? Finding her mum, whoever the girl is, I can't remember her name. Her mum. Finding her mum in the quantum realm. And then at the very end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the thing that I really, really liked, that I wasn't sure, and I should have known that it would have played out because that's the way that Marvel do. It's very sequential, and all of the events in these movies are happening at the same time in the universe, in the Marvel universe, right? They all link together like that. But I really was like, oh my god, that's freaking crazy. At the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scott Lang goes into the quantum realm. I'm blanking on why. I can't remember why. He's like on a mission in the quantum realm, and he gets stuck in the quantum realm because everyone that's helping him get into the quantum realm gets Thanos snapped. And I'm like, whoa, like the implications of the Thanos snap, that just shows how big the Thanos snap in Infinity War was. Like, the reach that it had. It wasn't just in that one moment in that one movie. It's like everywhere. I'm like, whoa, Scott Lang is now stuck in the quantum realm because everyone that was helping him on the outside world got Thanos snapped. So there is a third Ant-Man movie. I'm not up to that yet, but I just really liked the fun. It just felt like a little bit more lighthearted after really, really serious Infinity War, right? So I was really appreciative to have a little bit of lighthearted, right? So then, well, I guess we'll see who's on this island before I get chatting to you about the shows I've been watching, the Marvel shows. Okay, please don't be Flip again. How freaking dare you? How dare you? You know me. You met me about 10 minutes ago, Flip. How dare you? That's just very rude. Anyway, I guess we're going to leave. So, back to Marvel shows. So recently there's a new Marvel show that made its way into my list. It's not new. As a matter of fact, the show's not even airing anymore. I think there's only 2 seasons of it. It's called Cloak and Dagger. And this is another one of those shows that's a smaller show. Very smaller show. So far, it's not super related to the universe that I was telling you about with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil. It's not related to that universe as of yet. I don't know if it's going to become related to that universe as time goes on, because I've only seen the first season of Cloak and Dagger, so I haven't seen how that relates. But it was a really cool concept for a show. Like, I'm going to be very intrigued to see what happens for the second season. So the concept, if you have no idea, there's 2 kids, right? 2 kids living very separate lives. They don't know each other, but they get bound together by incredibly traumatic events that happen at the exact same time. Okay, so the first one, there's a little girl, blanking on her name at the moment, my bad, it's actually been a little while since I finished watching Cloak and Dagger, so I would need a refresher. But this little girl, she's in the car after getting picked up from ballet lessons with her dad, and they're driving home, and there is an explosion. They're crossing this bridge and there's an explosion, and the car ends up going off the bridge that they're on, and they get trapped in the water, and her dad dies, but she ends up surviving because there's this flash of light, and all of a sudden she's pulled out from the wreckage somehow. So at the same time that happens, there's this little boy in the opposite side of the neighborhood who's out and about with his brother, and his brother's kind of getting into some shady stuff, like just petty theft and just petty theft, but petty theft and things like that. And so they're talking about stealing a car radio from a car, and this little boy is hearing his brother talking about all this, and his brother's like, nah, we're not going to do it. Let's just let it go. It's whatever. And this little boy decides he's going to go and steal the car radio. So he goes and steals the car radio. His big brother catches him, and then his big brother's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, we're not doing this. I don't want this for you. You need to not be doing this stuff. So as they're leaving the scene, they're going to go and put the car radio back in the car, and they get caught by the cops. And as the cops then are chasing them, the big brother ends up getting shot and killed right at the same time as this explosion is happening on the coast. And so the little boy dives into the water that the big brother, like, he was standing on the edge of a pier. He gets shot. He goes into the water. Little brother jumps into the water trying to save his big brother, but he's already dead. And in that same moment, a flash of light, and all of a sudden the little boy gets rescued at the same time as this little girl. And those two individuals are bound together by their trauma. I've just realized I haven't found who was on this island. Okay, it's this crocodile. Roswell. Roswell, I've seen you a lot. Your patterning kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. It's not Destiny. I'm sorry, Roswell. Space. Anyway. So then fast forward like 10 years, and both of these kids are now teenagers, and they're living again very separate, different lives from each other. Little boy is kind of like upstanding citizen, but has like anger problems around like the trauma of his brother dying, right? Little girl is kind of the delinquent this time. She's a petty thief, and she's kind of living out her home. She's kind of homeless. She lives in a church. She's kind of doing bad things to people, right? They end up having to meet and come together to fight a big bad, because there's always a big bad of some kind in a show. And they end up finding that they have these powers of cloak and dagger. It's going to sound really weird, but the little girl has this like white dagger that she can use to defend herself. And the little boy has like a cloak. He can like teleport himself to different spots in moments of extreme stress. And like that on its own was a pretty cool concept. I was intrigued, but I wasn't really clicking with it super well until one specific episode. There was one specific episode that made me just completely change my mind about the whole freaking show, because the story of it was insanely cool. Like, I loved it. Was giving me kind of Doctor Who vibes, and I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and so like I could picture this exact storyline in Doctor Who, and I was like, this is sick. I'm really enjoying this. And it was basically about the events of the explosion that was happening on the coastline that caught that meant that the little boy's brother got shot, and that meant that the car went off the bridge. So it's what was that explosion, and trying to fix that explosion from happening. And it was like, somehow they're both, no, it's not somehow, I know how, but without going into the long details of it, the girl and the boy, they're teleported to where the explosion site. And they get to relive the moments leading up to the explosion until they stop it from happening. It's like infinite loop over and over again until they stop it from happening. It was so freaking cool. I really, really loved that episode. And after that, I was like, yep, I'm all in now. You've got me. I am absolutely all in. So Cloak and Dagger. It was pretty cool. Sorry, just Gorilla Bum from Al. I'm Al. Cool, so I am real cool, thank you. I don't want to have fun with you, Al. Go back with your gorilla bum. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I just feel like I always have to point it out with the gorillas. Anyway, I'm going to be very intrigued to see what happens in season 2 of Cloak and Dagger, because they defeated a big bad, but the bigger problem is still happening. And I'm kind of hoping that they're somehow going to end up playing into my other bigger ones, like Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones. I'm hoping that they're going to be able to play into that somehow, because I think that would be cool. But I can't quite see how at the moment. I don't know. You just never know. But that was Cloak and Dagger. That was cool. So then the other shows I've been watching, I've watched one more season of Luke Cage, which is the ending of Luke Cage, the show. And I've also watched the ending of Iron Fist, which I'm kind of sad for both of them, that both of them have ended. We'll talk about Luke Cage first in a second. I just kind of want to see who's on this next island, right? Yes, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Thank you. How good. Oh, need a drink. Been talking too much. All right. We shall see who is on this next island. Let's catch some bees. We're not going to do that. Or chop any trees, actually. Okay. I've seen this rhino before. Spike. That's right, Spike. Wherever he is exactly. Anyway, I'm Spike. You're sezrawrr from Sezurbia. Wasn't expecting a meet and greet on this tour, but then again, I ain't sure what I expected to find here. Nice to meet you, Spike. All good. All right. So, let me chat a lot now about Luke Cage. Now, I've already mentioned the name Luke Cage a few times in this episode. Luke Cage is a really interesting character of these smaller Netflix shows, and it's a very polarizing show for a couple reasons, Luke Cage. Out of all of them, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, I feel like Luke Cage is the most in your face in a way, in a very specific way. It's about gangs. Like, all of them kind of are about gangs in their own way, but with Luke Cage, it's like on a next level. There's language that gets used that's very in your face and can be kind of uncomfortable, but it's like the reality of the situation. And it's just very intense on the gang activity. Like, it feels like it's very realistic, is what I have to give Luke Cage. Like, it feels like you're kind of looking in on that a little bit. So, season 2 of Luke Cage was really, really interesting, though. So, Luke Cage, he's a guy with abilities. He's super strong. And what I mean by that is he can physically be super strong. He has super strong muscles, but also his skin, like his body, is impenetrable pretty much. Pretty much. There's a couple of little things that have been able to do some damage to him, but for the most part, like if you shoot a gun at him, the bullets just ricochet off him. Like, he's a super strong guy. So in the first season of Luke Cage, he was set about not destroying, but set about getting a big gang leader to be incarcerated, pretty much. That's what he set out to do. That gang leader ended up dying. So with that out of the way, someone else took his place. And without making a shorter story longer, it's a character that Luke Cage is familiar with from prison, called Shades. And Shades is kind of like, sorry, I didn't even you were talking at me, villager, and I didn't even pay attention because I just knew that I didn't want you straight away, and I was busy talking about Luke Cage and Shades. Anyway, so the gang leader from season 1 that got killed, his right-hand man was this character, Shades. And this gang leader from season 1 that ended up getting killed also had a cousin who was a councilwoman. When the gang leader died in season 1, Shades and this councilwoman took over the gang stuff. Okay? So in season 2, we're set up with Shades and this councilwoman are in charge of this gang in Harlem, New York. And Luke Cage now has to try and get them out of the game, right? To try and get them incarcerated for what they've done. So at the beginning of season 2, I'm coming into it knowing these two characters of Shades and this councilwoman, knowing that Mariah is her name, knowing them very well, and absolutely freaking despising both of them. Oh my gosh, just the hate that I had for both those characters was so real. As the season progresses, there are things that happen that don't make me change my mind about Shades, but I see him in a different light now. And he himself was having things happened to him that was changing who he was as a character. And I was so intrigued. And I was like, whoa, why am I actually kind of feeling for Shades right now? Not expecting that. Still absolutely hated Mariah. And she got what she deserved. Anyway. But at the end of season 2, it ended in a way that I could never have predicted that it would have ended that way from where we were at the beginning of season 2. And unfortunately, it's the last season of the show, and I would have been so intrigued to see where they would have gone with a season 3 of it, right? Hold on. Tybalt, we had you last time we went villager hunting as well. I am Tybalt. I'm not Tybalt. I am sezrawrr. You're Tybalt. I have not. I don't really care, Tybalt. You're a jock villager, and I don't want you, Gura. See ya. Hopefully not again today. Hopefully. So one of the big things that happens for Luke Cage in season 2 is Shades, he becomes a snitch. And you guys know what happens to snitches. They get stitches or worse, right? And it's a really interesting change in Shade's character. He's still doing it for reasons that only benefit himself. But it changes the game dramatically, and people are able to get jailed that should have been jailed, right? So it changed the game a lot. It means that at the end of season 2, Mariah's dead. Shades is kind of incarcerated. He's done a deal, but he's still going to be incarcerated for a little bit for the crimes that he's committed, right? And then that means that there is no one to be the new gang leader of this one gang. And so in a move that I was not expecting at all, Luke Cage decides, hey, I'm going to be the head of this gang. And he is someone who has been like anti-gang, anti-violence, anti-everything, right? Like he doesn't want that. But Luke Cage's thinking at the end of season 2 of Luke Cage is, well, I need to step in and get this under control before someone else steps in and makes it a whole lot worse. So Luke Cage's thought is, I keep this gang under control. I make sure that there's no crazy gun deals, gun trades being made. There's no unnecessary violence happening with this gang in Harlem. If I keep Harlem safe by being the head of this gang, then no gang activity will happen in Harlem. And technically that would be true. It's hard to explain if you haven't seen the show. And again, I don't want to make this like a super long talking point if you haven't seen the show. We have a bear here. Hi, bear. Grizzly! Don't believe we've met. Name's Grizzly. I actually don't know if I've seen you before on a villager hunt, Grizzly, so it's nice to see a fresh face. Fancy meeting you here, wherever here is. I'm a mite fuzzy in that part, Guru. You're a cranky villager. You're sezrawrr, right? From Sezurbia? I sure am. You're a long way from home, or at least I think you are. Well, we all got our reasons for being where we are, I reckon. I just need to puzzle out mine. Very good. Yeah, so I just wasn't expecting Luke Cage to step in as the head of the gang. Because the thing with Luke Cage as well in season 2, he goes through his own character arc of trials and tribulations, and he starts like, it's almost like he's doing the right things. No, he's doing the wrong things but for the right reasons, right? And then as time goes on throughout the season, it's like, yeah, but are you doing the wrong things for the right reason? It's like a big change in his character, and it kind of sends you into doubt a little bit. So I actually felt really, really uncomfortable with the end of Luke Cage season 2, because you could see that Luke Cage was not the character that he was at the beginning of the show, and he couldn't be. He'd been through so much in the 2 seasons, right? He couldn't be the same character, but it left me doubting whether he was in it for the right reasons. And I wasn't expecting that at all. I really would have loved a season 3 of Luke Cage to see how it would have played out with him being this gang leader, because his words, he was doing it so that there would be no more gang activity in Harlem. He just wanted to keep Harlem safe. But with no more gang activity in Harlem, it means that the rest of New York, and in the rest of New York, you have Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen, you have Jessica Jones in Manhattan. They're all doing their own things, right? In their own sections of New York. But with Luke Cage saying that there's going to be no gang activity at all in Harlem, it means there's going to be more gang activity elsewhere, and seeing the onflow of that in the other regions for the other shows, right? So I was intrigued to see how that would all tie together, because just like the big Marvel movies where you've got the individual characters movies and then they come and do it all together, the same thing is happening in these smaller shows. They've got their own little chapters of the same story that are happening at the same time. And so I was intrigued to see what the onflow of that would be in the other shows. So that was Luke Cage season 2. I'm really kind of sad it didn't get a third season. Because it definitely had the potential, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just reading into it that I think it should have had a third season, but maybe that was supposed to be the end of the story, that it was supposed to be this ambiguous, and maybe you were just supposed to have enough faith in Luke Cage's character that he was doing it for the right reasons. But I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, who do we have here? Biscuit. Hey, nice to meet ya. I'm Biscuit. I'm visiting this island today. You know, you could have given me 2 other dogs. Cherry or Lucky, or Portia even. You could have given me 3 other dogs. And I would have been a happy chap. I am sezrawrr from Sezurbia. That's real cool. You are a lazy villager. This island's real neat, right? Let's have some fun together while we're both here, dog. Bye, Biscuit. So that leads me into, from Luke Cage, that leads me into the second season of Iron Fist. And Iron Fist only had 2 seasons as well, which again, such a shame. They definitely set up for what could have been a third season, I feel like. Or maybe not again. I'll get to that in a second though. But yeah, I was intrigued to see whether the onflow from the end of season 2 of Luke Cage would have anything happening extra crazy in season 2 of Iron Fist. And I can't say that it was necessarily anything extra. Like no extra gang activity aside from what was already happening, because there is gang activity once again in Iron Fist. It's just a different kind of gang activity. It's not the same as it is in Luke Cage. But I can't say that there was anything extra aside from where the story was already going in Iron Fist, right? So season 2 of Iron Fist, and honestly season 1 of Iron Fist, I didn't like, it was kind of my least favorite of them all. It got better towards the end, but it took me a really long time to get into Iron Fist. I definitely enjoyed season 2 better than season 1. I guess because I already knew the characters and I didn't feel like I needed as long to get into the story as what I did in season 1. So it took a different direction to what I was expecting. We had character development for a character that I didn't think was ever going to be redeemable. And hey, he was redeemed kind of, so that was interesting. But it was a really interesting concept once again. Iron Fist is very big on, I don't want to say the wrong thing by it, but I was going to say on mythology, and like ancient stories coming to light is kind of what Iron Fist is like. And Queenie, by the way. Queenie, it is a pleasure to meet you too. Thank you. I am visiting all the way from Sezurbia. Thank you. I do hope this island lives up to our expectations. I suppose there's only one way to find out. I think you're a snooty as well. You kind of sounded like Diana. Hi, Queenie. So, second ostrich. So, ostriches and kangaroos. I guess monkeys, because we've had the same monkey twice. It's the day for all of them today. All good. I am ready to go home. Okay, I am positive. Thank you. Yes, I am ready. Let's go. So, Iron Fist. The guy Iron Fist, Danny Rand. He was orphaned as a child. He was in a plane accident. Both his parents died, but he survived. And he was brought up by some monks in a place called Kunlun. I'm probably going to pronounce that horribly wrong. Kunlun? Kunlun. I feel like I've heard it all 3 ways be pronounced like that throughout the show, right? And when he was a teenager, he I guess, competed for the Iron Fist, the ability of the Iron Fist. It gives him basically super strength in his fist. It kind of sounds a little lame, but like the mythology and stuff behind it is actually pretty cool. I'm doing an absolute disservice to this story by telling it to you like this. So at the end of season 1, I mean, Danny is the Iron Fist. He's got the Iron Fist. He's got a new girlfriend, which he's never had before, because once he becomes the Iron Fist, he leaves Kunlun and he goes to, I don't know where it is in New York that their region is. Maybe it's Manhattan as well. I don't know. But he goes to New York and he catches up with long lost friends, Ward and Joy. Ward was shady in season 1, but he was the one that was pretty redeemed in season 2. And then Joy was a pretty good character in season 1. She was absolutely awful in season 2. I hated her, but then she kind of redeemed herself as well. And then there's another girl, Colleen, and Danny and Colleen end up shacking up together. That's also kind of disservice to Colleen's story, but Colleen's story happens so much in season 1, and it's not really not as relevant to season 2. Punchy here. There's someone on this island. Oh, you're here visiting too? I am Punchy. Look at your cute little happy face. Hey, I'm Punchy. You're Sezurbia from Sezurbia. Neat. I didn't expect to make a friend here. This island is so cool. I'm glad you think so, my guy. So at the beginning of season 2, Danny and Colleen are living together and things are kind of okay. Things are going kind of all right. And then things are not going all right, okay? Because it's really hard to explain. There's so much story for this one that I feel like it would be too much for me to tell you. There's someone from Danny's past that he was competing with to get the Iron Fist, and Danny won it, and this other person, Davos, didn't win it, and Davos was jealous. Because Davos grew up on Kunlun. He wasn't, like, orphaned and then made his way to Kunlun. He was born and raised there, and so he felt like he should have the Iron Fist. So he comes back to New York in a big way, and he ends up stealing the Iron Fist from Danny in, like, a ritualistic ceremony that happens. Danny gets abducted. He ends up getting stealing the Iron Fist from Danny. And Davos is big bad. He is righteous to an extreme degree. He is killing people over just not agreeing with him. He is looking for people that are doing unjust things and just killing them, and then anyone who disagrees with him, he'll just kill them too. And so the thing with the rest of the second season is then pretty much how do we get Davos, like the Iron Fist, away from Davos so that he can be stopped, right? So much more story than that. That's really putting it lightly. There's also a character in season 2 of Iron Fist that has a DID, dissociative identity disorder, and I don't have DID, and I've never met anyone who has DID either, but I thought it was a really interesting concept to have someone who has DID in the show. And the thing about them is we know that there's 3 alters or 3 beings, 3 alters in this person who has DID. There's Mary, there's Walker, and then there's an unknown. There's an unknown that's really deep and dark and down from the trauma. We know that Mary is very sweet and innocent. We know that Walker, she's a little bit more rough and she can be violent. She's a kind of a mercenary, I suppose. Is that the right word? She can get hired to do a job and she'll do the job whatever it takes, right? So Walker gets hired to kidnap Danny for the ritual that gets the Iron Fist stolen from Danny. Throughout the whole season, we see Mary come in, and Mary likes Danny, wants to be friends with Danny, because Mary is kind of just a normal human being, albeit kind of naive and innocent, I suppose. But Walker is like, no, my job is to kidnap Danny. And yeah, and we never actually see the 3rd altar. but we know that she's there, the third altar. We find by the end of the show, we know that she's there, and it's deep and it's dark and it is like a killing machine, right? So that's why I feel like there should have been a third season of Iron Fist. Because a big part of the ending of Iron Fist is you find out that there is a third altar that is a killing machine. And it's like setting up for that potentially to come through, but you never see it. And another big thing that happens is Davos gets stopped, obviously. The big bad has to get stopped. And so Davos gets stopped. And then what happens to the Iron Fist? Well, Davos gets stopped because the Iron Fist gets stolen from him once again, but Dany doesn't take it back. Colleen takes it. So Colleen is the new Iron Fist. And so again, I'm like, so why do we not have a season 3 of Colleen being the Iron Fist and things being a little bit different there? And also of Mary / Walker / other altar that we don't actually know yet who's a killing machine. Like, there was so much more story I felt could have been told. That's why I feel like there should have been a season 3 of Iron Fist. But yeah, sad. I enjoyed it though. I found myself at times sitting watching the TV like this because I was stressed about what was happening on the screen. I was stressed going, oh my god, this is bad. So it was good. I enjoyed it. And that is Iron Fist Season 2. Let's see who we've got on this island. Okay, we've seen this one before as well before. Vic, yes, we saw you recently as well. Came here on a whim, but this island doesn't seem half bad. Cud. Hang on, you're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia, yeah? Sure am. Had no ideas of some kind of trendy destination, but it's cool to be hobnobbing with you here. How good. Thank you ever so much. So then I've just started. This is the last bit of Marvel that I have to tell you about. I'm so sorry. I've been talking about it for so long. But like I said, I had lots that I wanted to just chat about, right? And maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk about it because I don't have a lot of other interesting things to talk about. So I've just started season 3 of Daredevil. Daredevil is my favorite of these TV shows. So I've been waiting ever so patiently for season 3 of Daredevil. I just think that he's a really cool character. His backstory is really tragic, but he like overcomes and he still does good. But he's at the beginning of season 3, his faith is being shaken. It's being shaken. I've only just watched the second episode last night. Was it the third or the second? I don't know. But I'm still very early on in the season, and I'm already I love it so much. And I've already had moments again of just like arms on my head going, this is stressful, I'm stressed. Why are you doing this? I'm stressed. This is stressing me. But I love it. I really relate. Like, I don't relate to the character, but I really feel for him. For Matt Murdock. Yes, I'm going to be very intrigued to see how this season plays out. It's already going in some directions that I am not loving. We're seeing the, not resurgence, but I guess kind of resurgence of a big bad from an earlier season. I just wish he would die already. But at the same time, he is a good villain. Like, he is a really good villain, Wilson Fisk. He's a good villain. Again, a gang leader. Because it's all gangs, right? But Daredevil's dealt with multiple gangs. No! Our second double of the day? How dare you? That's just made me really mad. I'm gonna leave. I'm going. Goodbye. Maybe she wanted to give me another chance to talk to her because I didn't pay attention to what she was saying before. But no, how dare you? So you could have given me, we've had so many cow villages today. So I guess today's the day of the cow because we had Vic before. We've had 2 of that one. And I think we had another one as well. You could have given me rodeo. Why didn't you give me rodeo? But yeah, Daredevil's just at a stage where he's had so much happen to him and he is like badly injured, like horribly injured. And he's still, and his faith's shaken and he's struggling. He wants to be what he was, but he can't be anymore at the moment. He'll get there. He's just got to find a new way. And he lost kind of the love of his life, but I didn't like her. So I'm just like, you're better off without her in my opinion. But I get that that sucks for you. So I'm just in a stage of like, I feel bad for Matt Murdock, the character, Daredevil. But I don't know enough about the season yet to know where it's going to go. So that's all I can tell you about that. And you're probably like, thank God she's going to stop talking about Marvel. Right, with that being said, who do we have on this island? Tia! Oh, I used to have Tia on Sezurbia. Hi, Tia. I wasn't expecting to meet anyone on this tour. I'm Tia. And you're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia. I'm glad you stopped to talk to me. One thing I love about traveling is the chance to make new friends. How nice, Tia. It's nice to see her again. We villager hunted to replace her not super recently, but a little bit ago on Sezurbia. Because she left, and then we villager hunted and found Marcy, who was a dreamie. So that was nice. Right. With that being said, I've still got a couple more things that I could tell you about things that I've seen and experienced and done recently, but I might leave them because I just have a feeling. I mean, we've been going, this video is about an hour and 15 long. I would like to villager hunt for another 45, okay? We're going to give it 45 minutes. So it'll be around a 2-hour episode. I just have a feeling that we're not going to find someone today. I mean, 45 minutes is a long time. I can absolutely, I'm sure we could be served someone in that time. But I just want to leave a couple topics just in case I need to talk to you more about stuff next time, right? Just in case. But I can tell you that I am having some time off from my work coming up very soon. This is actually my last week of working at my job outside of YouTube before I get to have 6 weeks off. And the reason I'm having 6 weeks off, I mean, there's multiple, but one of the big reasons I'm having 6 weeks off is I am preparing for the main channel to film all of my Halloween content, and those videos take a long time to plan, a long time to get the footage for, a long time to script. They just take a long time to make. And so I'm planning to get them done, and also, hold on, let's just chat to Felicity first. Hi, fab to meet you. I'm Felicity. Are you visiting from another island too? I am, you peppy villager, you. That's a big trip just to come hang out with me on this neat little island. I don't want to get to know you, though, Felicity, me. Bye, Felicity. We've seen her before, villager hunting. At this point, I'm pretty sure we've nearly seen everyone before villager hunting, right? I'm ready to go home. We have not seen Cherry or Muffy or Lucky or Rodeo or... I mean, we have seen Apollo. We have seen Kid. We haven't seen Agnes. We haven't seen Portia. We haven't seen Tiffany. We haven't seen Sid. Yeah. Okay. So we haven't seen quite everyone. But also, for taking my time off of work, my 6 weeks, I like to have a break from filming content over summer. My Sims content anyway. I still will film my Animal Crossing videos over summer. But it's just my job outside of YouTube is so hectically busy over summer that I am just like dead tired all the time. And it's like, I love making my content, but over summer, it's like, I just cannot physically, I don't have the energy to film the content and be like super on. So that's why I still will film my Animal Crossing videos though, because they're nice and chill and I can just be my absolute self, whatever it is that day, whether it's energetic or whether it's a little bit more casual or whether it's even a little bit sad or a little bit angry. I just get to be me. And that's really nice. So I will be pre-recording videos. Hi, Bettina. Wow, I thought I'd be the only one on this tour. I'm Bettina. You're Sezrawrr. Did you really come here all the way from Sezurbia? I sure did. I think I flew past it once. Thank you so much for that compliment. Bye, Bettina. Yes, so I will be pre-recording videos as well so that I can take lots of time off over summer. So then I just get to edit the videos as I need to. I plan I have a schedule for filming that runs to like April or May next year. I know exactly what I'm filming until April or May next year. I just love planning things, and the series that I do on my main channel, they are not required to wait for like current events. Like Animal Crossing is a very current events thing. We're playing in real time. In The Sims, I don't need to do that. So all of my series that I do on The Sims can be pre-recorded, and it won't make a difference by the time they're released, right? So that's what I will be doing, but I will also be doing a couple of other things while I am off from work. Just a couple other things. I'm going to see Six the Musical next week. That's exciting. That's a story about the wives of Henry VIII. And look, I'm not really a big history person, but all the clips that I've seen of Six the Musical, like it just looks like such a fun time. And so I'm really excited. I'm going to see that next week. And then a little bit later on in my time off, I'm going to see a ballet. And look, I've never seen a ballet before. I am not really big in dancing, like the performing of it or even the watching of it. I've never really been big into dancing or ballet specifically. But yeah, I'm going to see a ballet. How cultured of me. Margie. Well, hello there. My name's Margie, your sezrawrr. Wait, you came here all the way from Sezurbia? You're definitely more well-traveled than me. I'm trying to fix that by touring new places like this island. Mum always says there's magic in chance encounters, so I'm glad we ran into each other like this. Bye, Margie. So, I'm going to see a specific ballet, though, and it's not one that you would generally think of when you think ballet. Like, when I think ballet, I think of, like, Swan Lake or the Nutcracker or things like that. It's not like that at all. I'm going to see Bram Stoker's Dracula in ballet form. And I'm very excited about that. I am very familiar with Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bram Stoker was the author of Dracula. I studied Dracula in school, actually, for literature class that I took in the 11th grade. We studied Dracula, which was great. It was right up my alley because Dracula's the original vampire, right? So I was stoked when I had to study it for school. So I'm very familiar with it. My sister and I, probably about 3 or 4 months ago, we watched a recent Dracula movie that was so freaking good. It was so freaking good that we were like, it's been like 2 hours and I don't want it to end yet. Like it was really, 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 really good. And so just coming off of that, like I'm very familiar with the story of Dracula, having read the book and studied it, and also having seen the movie with Gary Oldman playing Dracula and the more recent Dracula. Like, I'm very familiar with the story. And because of that, that's why I'm going to see this one. When I saw that it was a ballet of Dracula, I mean, I was intrigued because I think that's going to be really pretty to look at. But also because I know the story of Dracula so well, I'll be able to follow along. Because there's no words or anything in ballet, it's just movement. And it's movement and lighting and sets and things like that. But the context is going to be made through the movements rather than with words. So because I know the story of Dracula so well, I think I'll be able to follow along. Biff! We see you all the time in villager hunting, Biff. Animal Crossing, why do you think that I want Biff? I've never said yes to him yet. Why do you think that I want him now? Bye, Biff. I'm going back to the future. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this ballet, and it's exciting because like I was always of the belief, I mean growing up I was in performing arts class, I was always of the belief that when you go and see a show, regardless of whether it's just like a dramatic show or whether it's a musical or whether it's like a play or whether it's a ballet, you always dress up for the theater. That's what my performing arts teacher always told us. You dress up for the theater. It's a classy thing to do. You dress nicely for the theater. But the last couple times that I've been to the theater, everyone's just been dressed very casually. And I mean, like, cool, that's fine. I've also then just dressed casually just because of it. But for the ballet, I feel like you've got to dress up a little bit for the ballet. So it's exciting. I'm excited for that. This year has just been kind of the year of seeing things, right? Like, I think at the beginning of this year, I kind of went through and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to see my favorite band, Motionless in White, for the first time this year. And I'm going to see Pretty Woman the musical. I'm going to see MJ the musical. I saw all those things. And then I was like, I have nothing else to see. And now I do. I'm seeing so many more things by the end of this year. Like, I'm going to see Six the musical. I'm going to see Dracula the ballet. I'm going to see Mrs. Doubtfire the musical. And I'm going to see My Fair Lady the musical this year. Between now and the end of December, I'm going to see those 4 things. And that's really exciting. I'm very excited. The year of seeing things. I just love theatre and live stuff. I was going to say, I swear to God, if that's that cow again. No, it's Azalea. Hi, Azalea. Well, there's a fresh face. Are you visiting from another island as well? Of course you are. Well, my friends call me Azalea, and you are... Sezrawrr, all the way from Sezurbia even. Isn't that fascinating? Well, we may only be here a short time, but I do hope we get to know each other better. You don't know it's about me yet, but I'm always down to dish, darling. You're a snooty villager. Good for you. Good for you. How many tickets do I have left? Whoa, 38. Woohoo, I've used 30 tickets already. Wowee. That's what happens when I'm just chitter-chatting, right? That's just what happens. Roger, lifting off now. How good. First yawn of the day. Uh-oh. That's okay. It happens. I want to fly. I had a big night. I was going to say I had a big night last night. I didn't have a big night. I stayed up a little bit later than I would normally. Not much. It was only like 11:30 when I went to bed. I try to go to bed between like 10:30 and 11 if I can. So it's not like I was much later last night. But I was cleaning up my Sims game a little bit on my laptop. I have a lot of custom content that I've downloaded for The Sims 4. Like a lot of like hairstyles and clothes and furniture and things. And I was just trying to remove some of the ones that I don't use anymore. I need to do that on my desktop as well. I haven't done it on this computer in ages. I did it on my laptop last night a little bit. I didn't get very much done. I need to do a lot more. But like I have so much. It just takes a long time to go through it all and sort it all out and then delete it. Alright, we've got this elephant. We've seen you before because I was like, I really like your color, and I'm pretty sure I even looked up her house. Hi, Opal. That's right. I confess I thought I might never run into anyone else here. I was starting to feel like a castaway on a deserted island, Snoot. Then there you were. What a relief. Anywho, I'm Opal. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sezrawrr. So you're visiting all the way from Sezurbia, are you? Lovely. Well, I do hope this island lives up to our expectations. I suppose there's only one way to find out. You could have given me Sid. Sid's an elephant. Anyway, it's all good. I guess what I could do, because I'm at the point where I don't want to talk about my topics anymore. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Let me just fly back, thank you. Very good. I'm just going to, for a second, we're going to take a look at the villager types that I have. And like I did very recently for the eagles, the dogs, and the sheep, I want to have a look at the odds of how likely it is, like how many of the different types of villagers that I'm looking for today. So I don't need to do it for the dogs and for the sheep because I already know there's like 17 dogs and I think there's like 14 sheep that the game has to sort between. But I would like to do it for the rest, right? So let's start with cows. Let's get me airborne. I'm going to start with cows. ACNH cow villages. Okay, let's just get that loading. Thank you. All right, so for Animal Crossing New Horizons. No way. There's only, no, that can't be right. 4? No, there's more than 4. Okay, there are 8 cow villages, of which 3 are normal, but I don't know if that's... I don't think we have all of them in the game. Oh, wait, hold on. No, because there... Maybe bulls are a separate... No. Are bulls a separate... Bulls are separate to cows. I thought that bulls were cows. No, bulls are separate to cows. I've just learned. Okay, that's fascinating. I guess. Wow. That's absolutely just kind of blown my mind. So, Rodeo is specifically a bull villager, of which there are 6 in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, today we have seen Vic. They could have given me Rodeo. They did not. Anyway, now I know that. That's really fascinating. I thought that they were just classed the same as cows. They just looked more like bulls. That's what I thought that it was, but I was in fact wrong. I thought I saw... I did see. Hi, Curly. Looking at you from top down is interesting, Curly. You're a jock villager, and I don't really want you, nyoink. Goodbye, Curly. That has absolutely blown my mind. So... straight away, those are great odds though. The game firstly just has to decide that it wants to give me a bull villager, and then it's only got 6 to sort between to give me Rodeo. There's only 5 other possibilities it could be, right? It's just got to decide that it wants to do a bull villager first, right? That's fascinating. So, with that being said, maybe now we'll take a look at pigs. I'm pretty sure I have done this once before, but I can't remember. It's been too long. Alright, pigs. At least I know that pigs, there's not going to be another subspecies of pig, right? Okay, so there's a lot of pigs. There's 15 pigs in New Horizons. And I'm familiar with a few, actually. We just saw Curly. So you gave me the wrong pig. You could have given me Agnes. That would have been great. I would have loved if you'd have given me Agnes, but I guess not. That's okay. So 15 pigs. So that's about the same as the sheep. So slightly better than dogs, but worse than bulls, okay? Let's go with eagles next. I guess I don't really need to because I know from when we were looking at Quinn that it was 10, I think. Yeah, 10 in New Horizons. So we've already got Quinn though, so I can't get Quinn again, which means now I have 9. We've seen Avery and Buzz in this video, so you gave me the wrong ones. You should have just given me Apollo. That would have been really nice, right? I would have loved that. Let's see who we've got on this island, though. Let's see, let's see. Also, we have not had Money Rock Island yet today. Okay. Is that Hippo? It is Hippo. I thought this was a deserted island, but here we both are. My name's Hippo. I'm here on vacation, soaking in the vibes, and you're Sezurbia from Sezurbia, right? Absolutely. Natch, you are. I think fate brought us together. I hope we make some good memories, you know? Bye, Hippo. Nice to see you. All right, let's get home. And then we're going to have a look. Well, I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to tell you how many different elephants there are. So in New Horizons, there are 12 elephants. So better than the sheep, better than the dogs, but not quite as good as the... Oh, I'm better than the eagles as well, but not quite as good as the bulls. So we have already seen Tia today for elephants. We've also already seen Opal today for elephants. So you could have given me Sid for both of them, right? But that's okay. All good. I forgive you. Just as long as you give me someone, right? Someone on my temporary villagers list. We'll have a look at goats next. I used to always get the goats and the deer villagers. Confused. Goats and... There's some deer, I swear, that have like the antlers on their head. Like not the antlers. Yeah, the antlers. Is that the right word? Why am I blanking on that right now? Why is my brain having a difficult time right in this particular moment? I don't know. Yes, antlers is the right word. All good. Sorry, I just saw something that required my attention over on my wall there. All good. Let's go. So for goats, we have 8 goat villages in New Horizons, but we already have Nan, and Nan is a goat villager. So that means that there's only 7. That's pretty good odds. That's almost as good as the bulls. So we should technically, once the game decides it wants to give me... You gave me the wrong dog! You gave me the wrong dog. Walker. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Walker. Cool. So you're Sezurbia from Sezurbia? Man, that's real cool. Let's have some fun while we're here together. Whoa. Bye, Walker. Can't believe you gave me the wrong dog. Anyway, that's fine. Look, I can because there's 17 different dogs. It's all good. But once the game decides it wants to give me a goat, it's just got to then choose between 7 to give me kid, right? I am ready to go back home. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we do have Portia, so we'll have a look at dogs just to refresh myself on that. So dogs, yes, there's 17 in New Horizon. We have already seen today. We have seen Biscuit. We have seen Walker. Did we see another one? Did we see Bones? I can't remember. Anyway, there's the opportunity for 3 though. So out of 17, 16, 15, there's only 14 other dogs that I don't want. I would take any of 3, right? So please just give me another dog and let it be one of the ones that I want. Please. Thank you. Yes, I would like to use my Nook Miles ticket. Thank you so much. I'm so ready. Let's go. So then there's just Tiffany for the rabbits. So we'll have a look at rabbits. Oh boy, okay. We would have a very difficult time coming across Tiffany because there's 22 rabbits in New Horizons. That's kind of crazy. So we will have the hardest time finding Tiffany. And that's even harder than finding our dreamies, right? Crazy. So once the game decides it wants to give me a rabbit, it's got to sort between 22 different rabbits. Oh, Pietro. Hi, Pietro. How's it going? You gave me the wrong sheep. Oh, you could have given me Muffy. I would have loved that. Anyway, I am Sezurbia from Sezurbia. Thank you so much, Pietro. Destiny, it's not Destiny, Hong Kong. I do love your heart eye, though. That's pretty cute, Pietro. You're a cute little clown. You're not at all my vibe. I'm so ready to go home. Let's do it. Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Thanks. Okay, so, ooh, I'm just having a look at the time. 20 minutes. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes. I want to fly. Actually, I might not give myself 20 minutes. I might end it a little bit earlier. I have a lot of editing work that I need to do today. It's a little bit unfortunate that villager hunting fell on today specifically because I don't have a lot of time to film today. I've been kind of in a rush all day because I have so much editing work that I need to do because I'm going out tomorrow night. Which means, well, I'm going out tomorrow and into tomorrow night as well, which means I'm not going to have as much time to edit the video that I'm currently working on as I would normally. So I've been working my little backside off to try and get it edited. But, yeah, it still needs more work. Tonight is the last night that I have to get the work done. It's Julian! Hi, Julian. You used to be a dreamy for Sezurbia a long time ago, Julian. Look at you, you're so pretty. Bet you didn't expect to meet someone like me in a place like this. The name's Julian. I'm a horse about town, or in this case, about islands. And you must be Sezurbia from Sezurbia, right? We should probably stick together, don't you think? You're totally a smug villager, Julian. He's so pretty. Anyway, he's not a dreamy for Seztopia anymore, but he once was. Once upon a time, he was. Absolutely. I'm ready to go. So I might actually, instead of saying 20, I might just bring it back to 15. We'll do 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes. So that I can go and finish editing this video, right? Alright. Here I am, ready to go again. Ready to go again. So where am I going tomorrow night, you might be wondering. Well, talking about music for a second. One of my favorite bands, Ghost. I wear their shirts a lot on this channel if you've been paying attention to that. They were on a world tour. And then all of a sudden, the world tour just ended. It seemed that way to us. It seemed that way to us that it just ended. Before it came to Australia or even to anywhere in Oceania, right? And that was because the show was too big. The plans, the schematics and stuff that they had for the show, they couldn't physically bring it to Australia or to Oceania. It would have cost too much. Which sucks, so they just ended up ending the world tour before they ever came to see us. So it sucks, but it's the way it is. I do understand, and I'm not angry about it. Gloria is here. I used to have Gloria on Seztopia. I am a fresh face, and I am visiting from another island, and I am here, and I am sezrawrr from Sezurbia. Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, it is. I know you very well. I've also made a vacation home island for you on Seztopia as well. That was cool. Nice to see you again, Gloria. Goodbye. So because Ghost knew, they must have known pretty early on that the schematics were going to be too big, that it was going to cost too much to bring the show to Oceania. So they made a concert movie of the concert. And it starts screening tomorrow night. And so I'm going to go and see that because I couldn't see them live in concert. This is the best that it's going to get. Kind of like I did a couple months ago when Billie Eilish released her concert movie and I missed out on seeing her live in concert as well. So I went and saw the concert movie instead and absolutely cried my eyes out. And was just really sad that I didn't get to see it live. So the same thing's probably going to happen tomorrow night. I'll probably just cry my eyes out and just be so sad that I didn't get the opportunity to see it live. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So I'm going to go and see that tomorrow night. That'll be fun. Yeah. Second yawn of the day. Alright, let's not chop bees or catch trees. That's what I was gonna say. We've got another gorilla bum here. Boone. Hey there. I don't think we've seen Boone villager hunting before. I am sezrawrr from Sezurbia. Cool name from a strong sounding place. I should have known that you were a jock, Boone. No, I haven't, Boone, and I don't care to, baboon. I don't care to, Boone. Anyway. Bye, Boone. Moth. Oh, why did I think that was a moth? No, that's a common butterfly, not a moth. Why is my brain doing the struggle? My brain's doing the tired. And the struggle. Which is another reason why I need to end this a little bit earlier, right? Oh. Which is a shame. But that's okay. It does mean that next episode we will be villager hunting at night. Okay? So we could be in the potential for... When do tarantulas come? No, we're in tarantula season, right? No, we're not in scorpion season yet, right? Are we in scorpion season yet? Has it changed over with the end of winter? No, we'll still be in tarantula because we're in winter still because I'm going to keep time suspended, right? All good. Let's go. Sorry, that just confused my brain for a second there. But I can't remember when scorpion season starts. I know we have scorpions through summer, but is it summer and autumn that we have scorpions, or is it spring and summer that we have scorpions? I can't remember. I have a feeling it's summer and autumn that we have scorpions, because that would align to when I saw scorpions in real life at my house. The timeline for that, right? No, Apple! I don't even want to talk to you, Apple. I'm going. I don't want to talk to Apple. I've seen him every single villager hunt that I've done recently, and I'm just tired. I'm tired of Apple. I'm just tired in general. The energy is just absolutely plummeted in the last sort of 20 minutes or so. Sorry about that. I feel like it's because I did a lot of talking. I'm all like, my social battery has just, it's gone. I nearly knocked over my drink bottle. Just close that just in case I do knock it over and spill water everywhere, right? Yeah, I just feel like my social battery has drained, but I still want to go for another 10 minutes or so. Let's use my Nook Mouse ticket, thank you. Yes. Let's see how many islands we can go to in 10 minutes. I'm going to need to get more Nook Mouse tickets. So, Sezrawrr from Sezurbia, she's probably going to have to bring some Nook Miles tickets with her, like over. She's gonna have to come and visit and bring some Nook Miles tickets, because I don't wanna, like, we're gonna be suspended in time. So we're probably gonna have to do that, because I don't have enough Nook Miles tickets. I mean, I could go to, I could go and make Nook Miles tickets, more Nook Miles tickets. I've got plenty of Nook Miles, I can do that. I've got over 100,000 Nook Miles, so I can go and make some more Nook Miles tickets. Can I be bothered? I mean, I don't have to do it today. Maybe I'll do that instead. But, yeah. Anyway, I am from Sezurbia. Thanks. It's me that you've heard of. Audie. Bye, Audie. I like your pineapple dress. You look like you belong on a summer beach, not a winter beach. Stovetop leg warmer. Well, but the way that you describe me is just very interesting sometimes. The way that you describe yourself and describe me. You're just a dodo full of words. Full of descriptors. Look at you go. Right. Hello. Turn that way, thank you. Oh boy, the yawns are coming in thick and fast now. All good. I'm just tired. It's fine. I can do this. I got this. Let's go. Time for takeoff. I'm re-energizing myself. Reposition, get comfy, let's do it. Thank you. Ready to go. Thanks, Orville. Thank you for giving me wings even though you're a dodo. And dodos couldn't fly. I think dodos are extinct now, aren't they? That's sad. That's sad. But they couldn't fly, right? And we still have not had a Money Rock Island this episode. That's so weird. Hi, Eugene. I was going to call you Alvis. I'm so sorry. I know that there is a koala called Alvis, but you're Eugene. I thought this was a deserted island, but here we both are. My name's Eugene. I'm here on vacation soaking in the vibes, and you're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia, right? Yeah, buddy, you are. I think fate brought us together. I hope we make some good memories, you know? Goodbye, Eugene. You're not on my temporary list. And I have curated that temporary list from the hundreds of Animal Crossing villages that there are in the game. Curated my lists. So if you're not on the temporary list, then your house must be real ugly. In my opinion. Anyway, because I will have looked at it. Let's go. Thank you. I want to fly. Yes, Raja. I want to use my Nook Mouse ticket. Raja. Let's go, Roger. There was no Roger there. I was just calling Orville Roger that time, apparently. I'm at the point in the day in the video where I'm starting to get a little smidge delirious. Just a little smidge delirious. Just a little. That's okay. Thanks. Let's go. Oh, you gave me the wrong sheep again. You were almost there. She's black and purple, not black and orange. Eunice. It's nice to meet you, Eunice. I like your cardigan. You like the chance to make new friends? Well, I'm not going to be one for you. I'm really sorry to get your hopes up for no reason. It's just me. I've got my judgy pants on today. It's just the way it is when villager hunting. I just always have the judgy pants on. Yes, I'm positive. I would love to go back home right now. Thank you. Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, I can go to a couple more islands in 5 minutes. Could you imagine if I'm like getting ready to wind down this episode and the last island we go to has someone? That would be pretty cool. I would love that actually. That'd be a vibe. I want to go to my Nook. I want to use my Nook Moss ticket. Thank you. Yes, I do. Thanks. I'm so ready. Let's go. The airport music's a vibe. I mean, all the music in Animal Crossing is a vibe. It's just all a good time. And when I play Animal Crossing with my niece on the Switch, she started to get to know the songs. And so randomly, I'll just burst into song and she'll sing along to it with me. I love it. She's such a cutie patootie. Alright. Oh, no. Is this Spike again? Our third double of the day. That's just very rude. That's a waste of 3 Nook Miles tickets. And a waste of my time. How dare. How dare. Anyway, that's fine, I guess. It doesn't just make me really upset or anything. It does, actually, but that's okay. Alright. Let's go to another island. Thank you. I want to use my Nook Moss ticket. Let's go. Let's do it. Time for takeoff. Maybe this will be the last island that we do for today, okay? So can it be the one? Can it be the one? We'll find out. Can it be the one? Thanks. I'm so ready to travel. Let's go. All right. Thank you so much. I will not catch bees or chop trees. And I will not be celebrating the fact of getting a new villager because we will not be. Cube, I think you're our first penguin of the day though. Our first and only, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Cube. I'm visiting this island today. You're Sezrawrr from Sezurbia. That's real cool. This island's real neat, right? Let's have some fun together while we're both here. Brain freeze. Bye, Cube. You are lucky last for today. So friendos, that does mean next episode. I mean, we've done so much villager hunting lately, but it's just the way it goes, right? It happens like that sometimes. The game dictates when I'm going to be villager hunting, right? So we're going to have another villager hunting episode next time. Thank you. So hopefully next time we'll find someone, right? Because it's not going to be today. Oh, the yawning. My goodness. Where does it come from all of a sudden? How many tickets did I use? Oh, I've got 24 left. Wow. So 24. I used 44 tickets today. We went to 44 Nook Miles Islands today and we did not find a single one. A single one no one that I was even considering. That's just how it goes, my friends. So with that being said, let's go and lay down on that bed. I feel like I need to go and lay down on a bed. Oh, good. It'll be fine. I've got lots of editing work to still do, so that'll wake me up. Totally. All right. Should I get some sleep to the lovely sounds of Chew Wave, I am just going to lie down. Because, you guys, that's another episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons all done here. So, look, an unsuccessful villager hunt, but that's what next time's for. Maybe next time, right? We'll just have to wait and see. That's just the nature of villager hunting. If I had more time today, it would have been a different story. Maybe we would have been able to find someone, but I just don't have enough time. I've got to go and do some other things. I've got to go and do some other work so that you guys can keep having content, right? So with that being said, if you would like to see more of me, the villager hunting episode next time, or any other Animal Crossing goodies that I've got coming your way, you could let me and YouTube know by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell down below. Let YouTube know you really want to spend some more time with me here on Sezurbia. And if you liked this video, you could also let me know, even though I just rambled about Marvel for the majority of it, right? I just did some rambling. That's just kind of what happens, rambling. That's what happens when you're a little bit delirious, right? It's totally fine. But you could also let me know that you liked it by hitting the like button down below or leaving a comment as well. Either of those things would be pretty cool. So with that being said, I hope you're having a happy morning, noon, or night, whatever time of day it is. I hope it's a good one for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.